when Izzy beat Pereira. We felt that shit.
Yeah.
We were in the mothership green room. I think you were calling the fights.
Yeah.
But man, that moment,
Yeah.
we lost our shit in there, man. And we were all looking at like a laptop screen, and everybody was like, and then the speech he gave afterwards, like everything was just so perfect, and you felt that fucking.
That's as good as entertainment ever gets.
Yeah, he's like, I wish you could have this feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know that feeling.
Oh man!
Woo!
But at his level, like,
man,
that's got to be insane.
The best of the world, redemption, overcoming the demon, revenge,
flatlining the demon,
all the worst things, all the most. He triumphed over like 3 things in that one moment,
and he triumphed over the guy stylistically, which is the most dangerous opponent for him.
And here's the other thing: what I love so much about that moment, you gotta love. This is what I love about Izzy is he knows how to be an entertainer. A lot of the fighters don't realize that. It's like you have to be.
The greatest part was the arrows when he shot the arrows into his body.
Because what was so beautiful about that moment to me is he won in the same position that he lost the last time.
Yeah.
The last time he got in that position where he was getting wailed on up against the fence, he lost. And then he got put back right in that same position and had a fucking plan for it.
Yeah. It was perfect. Did you see the videos of him drilling that?
Oh, no.
He drilled that. He drilled that over and over again. Back to the ropes, right hand. Back to the ropes, right hand.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
of
there's
course.
tons of video of him with his back to a wall in training, throwing that right hand. Of course.
Yeah.
He went over the videos. He saw the hole. You know, he went over the fights. He saw the style. The style's so different.
Fucking blood clots.
Look at this. So they planned this, and look how the guy's fighting. He's fighting like Pereira. Literally the same right hand off the cage. Same exact right hand. Did it perfect. But that's also the same right hand that he landed at the end of the first round. So the end of the first round, in the first MMA fight, he had Pereira in real trouble. But then the bell rang. He would have had him right there. It's basically he had him in the same trouble he had him with the first right hand where he knocked him out in the second fight.
Yeah.
Because it was the second shot that put him away. The first shot rocks him, the second shot puts him away, and then the hammer fist.
And they actually have a lot of respect for each other.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, you know, I always feel bad for the foreign fighters, or I'll say this, where fighters where English is not their first language when it comes to the shit talking game, because it's so cultural, and if you're not immersed enough in American culture, that trash talk, because Pereira was probably saying some shit where, like, if you speak Portuguese, you were like, Pereira talking that shit, but in English it doesn't translate. You know, like it's not the same thing. He's like, oh, a man with 2 horses has one. It's like it's not coming across. You know what I mean? In Brazil, like he talking that shit, but over here it's like you can't talk shit with Izzy in English because you can't keep up. No.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to get by just on his talent. I mean, his draw is just his destruction ability.
Oh, he is talented. Yeah.
Oh, he's so talented.
And he's moving up, right?
I believe so. It's interesting. Anderson Silva said he thought it was a mistake.
Moving up?
Yeah. I didn't read the article. I just read the headline, but it said Anderson Silva thought it was a mistake for him to move up to 205, which is interesting because I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I think he's gonna dominate.
Well, the problem is wrestlers. Because Izzy, you know, had him in some real bad positions in that first fight. Anderson Silva, not a fan of Pereira's move to 205. He wanted Pereira to win back the middleweight title before moving to light heavyweight. I think that cut is too much. I think that cut is real bad for him.
Huge man.
It's so bad for you. And I think he's 35 now. There's at a certain age, like your body just does not want to do that anymore. You're killing yourself one day before a cage fight.
I was over getting punched in the face in my 20s. Like the last time I got punched in the face, I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it on purpose.
Especially getting punched in the face by that guy or either one of those guys.
But you know what?
He's facing Jan Blachowicz, which is a fucking wild fight.
That's gonna be a problem.
And Jan Blachowicz is a very good grappler too. So I mean, he dominated Izzy on the ground.
And Jan, you know what too? Jan is very good at game planning.
Oh yeah.
You know?
He's also got tremendous power.
Yeah.
Fucking tremendous power.
Polish power. But he doesn't always show up.
Well, I think, if you look at the Glover Teixeira fight, that's a fight where he, you could say he didn't show up, but I don't think that's the case. I think that Glover's just that good.
Yeah?
And I mean, especially that was like Glover's kind of last swan song. He won the title.
Well, he just didn't. Okay, maybe he didn't show up is not fair. Jan, I would never say that to you in person. I would say he didn't seem as locked in as he did when he fought Izzy.
I genuinely think that that's just how good Glover is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think Glover's a beast. He's just in his 40s, but he's still a fucking animal, man. And in that fight, when he won the title, he was stellar. I mean, if you watch the performance, you watch how he catches Jan with a left hand, how he takes him down, how he takes his back. I mean, you can't really put it against Jan. I think he got clipped.
You think he's going to be done anytime soon?
Glover or Jan?
Glover.
Yeah, I think Glover's done. Yeah, Glover retired after Jamal Hill boxed him up. Jamal Hill showed him, I think, that at the top of the light heavyweight division now, these young guys, especially like a talented striker like Jamal, that's just too much.
Yeah, fighting more than any other sport, the UFC moves the fastest in terms of the next generation, like adopting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I seriously believe this is true of fighting, comedy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the current generation's amazing becomes the next generation's basics, right? Where and then they build, and then that becomes their basics, and so the amazing shit they do is even more amazing.
Right.
It's like basketball, right? Where it's like I remember seeing Michael Jordan when he went up on one side of the basket, brought it back down, and came back. And I had never seen anybody do that before. It was amazing. And now you can't even be in the NBA if you can't do that. If you're a point guard in the NBA, you have to be able to do that. It's the basics. You know what I mean?